G'day YouTube, it's Turbo Tristan here, and today we are back down at Sandown Raceway to test out the Civic now that it has a turbo, and we'll see if we can beat our best time of 1 minute and 45 seconds. So just like the last video, I'll start with all of my excuses. First one, and the most important one, is the engine. There's a high chance I'll probably blow this thing up today. 330,000 kilometers with around 12 psi boost in it, so that we'll probably spin a bearing or drop a rod today. As far as the tyre setup, suspension, we're still running the max peating rods, world's cheapest coilovers, world's cheapest tyres, $60 tyres. We still have the same brakes with the unknown pads that came with the car. I don't know what they are, but they seem to work all right last time. Now for improvements over last time. So last time we did the 1 minute 45. We've added the turbo. There's the power improvement. We've added a clutch. It's now running a Haltech. It's been street tuned. The butt dyno tells me it's somewhere between 100, 120, 130 kilowatts. So, you know, about double the power of last time. I've added braided brake lines and white line sway bars front and rear. So that should definitely help. We're running a catch can, bigger injectors, bigger fuel pump. We're on E85 this time. I've added the short shifter with the gear shifter raising thing, whatever that's called, and some S2000 seats to help me stay in the car. The battery has been relocated into the boot. That's all been stripped out. So looks like we're ready to hit the track. No more excuses, and see if we can't beat 1 minute 45.
Thank you. Can I just check your helmet, Cam? Yep. Hello!
All right, so second track day of 2020. We had to wait almost a full year to give this one a crack. Hopefully we don't blow up too early in the day. Been bumped up to Group D for some reason, probably because of experience, but definitely not up to the driving skill of Group D or the speed. Definitely got the slowest car in class, so we'll see if we can stay out of everyone's road and put down a good time. Here we go, boys. sway bars. We are definitely much faster, and the rear really wants to steer in that back corner. Still driving, so can't be that bad. It might be a setting in the computer, but it's not letting it rev for some reason. Quite peed off. Cooked. So thank you to the Haltech for engine protection.
Have fun.
Alright, so the EK blew up, so now we're in the EG in the fast car. Ty has spun the car out twice, so I won't be going crazy.
Ah, so you're my DNA.
Not really. seen in the video, it went into limp mode, and I figured out it just got to 100 degrees and it automatically went into safe mode. So I've bumped that temperature limiter up, and yeah, I'll give it another crack back out on the track. I turned the boost down just to be a bit safer, and we'll see how it goes. All right, we are off. must be up there. Starting to hesitate. Seen it. Brakes are fading. Thank God for the Haltech and the engine protection. Limits it, doesn't let it get too hot. Done the head gasket, I'd say, if it's getting that hot. But it hasn't shut down completely because we're not limited to 3.5. I probably should pack it up rather than upset these guys. Temperature's gone back down. When I'm off boost, it seems alright. One more lap, fuck it. We got a spare motor. The needle's died. The Haltech keeps shutting the car off. It's fucking roasted. Check out the temperature all the way to hot. Can you tell I don't really care about this motor? 330,000 Ks with boost as well, and I think now we've blown the head gasket, so I'm gonna let the car cool down, check the oil, it's probably white, and we'll see what the outcome is. Actually, we don't want to put the handbrake on because it will warp the brakes. Otherwise, everything else seems fine. It's not milky. I think I got one good lap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that from where you last time, or is it?
I don't know where it's coming from. Unless there's a crack in that, maybe. Don't open that, it's bubbling.
Oh yeah,
The temperature gauge was in the red, and then I'd do like a cool down lap and it'd go again.
What service they must have stuck?
There's no thermostat in it.
Nothing.
Nothing. That went when the radiator.
Is your fan working? Yeah, your fan's working.
Yeah. Stand back. So, third session today in the car, and I found out that the radiator's chewing water from somewhere. I don't know where. It's not in the oil. It seems to be just spitting it out of the overflow tank. Maybe it's got a shitty radiator cap, and that's what my issue is. I don't know, but can't kill this motor, so I filled it up with water and see if we can't blow it up. I'd have heating problems. I thought I'd spin a bearing. be an air grip. I don't know why he quit. So I'm just leaving the track now after another successful day of motor racing. The car didn't blow up. There was a fail-safe that was actually in the ECU in the Haltech. Once the car got over a certain temperature, it would go down and limit the power and limit the RPM to 3,500. So I couldn't do any damage, which is a really great feature. I'm very happy with that. However, I did find an issue in the cooling system. So for whatever reason, it's overheating. There's no thermostat. It's a brand new radiator. It had plenty of coolant in it when I left home. I don't know if it's leaking out of the radiator cap and going into the overflow bottle, because it's emptying the overflow bottle every time. And yeah, so there's some issue. I'm gonna have to troubleshoot it. I thought I'd blown the head gasket, but I didn't. The oil is perfect. There's no metal in it, nothing like that. So again, these D16 engines, although they're not the fastest or the most powerful, or they don't sound the best or whatnot, but they're definitely bulletproof. You can't kill it. Stock engine, stock rods. I'm running around 12 psi, and yeah, track days, overheating, all of that, nothing seems to phase it, which just, it blows my mind. If I was in any other car, even my beloved Nissans, you know, and I overheated at a track day, I probably would have blown a head gasket or something. But for some reason, this dirty little D still going. Temperature's fine now, rev's fine now, drive's fine. I used around a half a tank. I only really did 3 sessions. So guys, it's the next day after the track day. I'm gonna go edit some videos for you, but tomorrow I'm gonna get stuck into pulling the car apart and finding out what the heating issue was. I thought then, and I still think now, that it's a head gasket issue, because these are open deck, which means you've got the cylinders, then you've got a space where the water jacket is, and then you've got the oil galleries and the rest of it. I think between the cylinder and the water jacket has blown a bit of the head gasket out, and it's drinking the water. So under boost, you'll notice the temperature was actually staying not too bad, but when I was off boost, it was drinking a lot of water and the temperature was going right up. So I think that the pressure inside the cylinders was helping it, but it wasn't helping the temperature, vice versa. So that's my theory. But what I'm going to do in the next coming days when I start to remove this engine is I will do a step-by-step, and we'll start pulling it off and try and diagnose what exactly happened. It still runs fine, drives fine, boosts fine, still makes exactly the same power. There's no metal shavings in the oil, which, to be perfectly honest, I thought I'd spin a bearing for sure. These are 330,000 kilometers old. The oil's black, which just means it's got fuel in it. There's no gold sprinkles or metal shavings in it at all. There might be in the sump when I pull that off later on down the track, but there's no water in the oil, which is what I thought, and usually that's the first sign of a blown head gasket, is milky colored oil, but none of that. Still nice and clean. So the radiator was drained and the overflow bottle was empty a couple of times. I filled it up with water, went out in an attempt to blow the motor or do something exciting, but it just wouldn't die. It will not die, this thing. Which is a great testimony to the D series motors. You'll notice in the track day footage of me driving this car, they put me into Group D, which is a very nice compliment. It means you're an experienced driver and you have a fast car. My car was certainly the slowest car there, and I spent most of my time off the racing line just doing laps, just trying to cool the engine. I did get 1 or 2 decent laps in, and I'm going to try and find out what my best lap time is. It was all done through a website this time. There was no live timing board. And because I was sharing with the brother-in-law's car, Ty, that's a much faster car and it shows a much better time, and it's certainly not what this car was doing. Surprisingly though, the $60 tyres, they held up fine. My brake pads were way out of their heat range, so they'll need an upgrade. I have access to some Integra front calipers, and then I need to get some Mini Cooper disc rotors, and then I can upgrade the size of my brake rotors in the front and put some really good pads in there to help stop this thing at the end of the straight. My previous day I was at the track and I was doing 150 kilometers maxed out down the straight with a stock standard D series. Throw a bit of boost in there and I'm just approaching 200, so I'm picking up an extra 50 kilometers an hour of speed on the straight. It's much faster everywhere else. The sway bars did an amazing job keeping the car flat through the corners. I was bouncing it off ripple strips, as you'll see. Just having a great time. It wasn't fast, I didn't break any records. I don't even think I beat my own record because most of the time I was going slow, trying to cool the engine. I still had fun. I got to drive the EG with the K20 Type R engine. That thing was a weapon, and you'll see in the coming videos just exactly what mischief we got up to in that car. Make sure you stay tuned and subscribe. There is a heap of content coming in the next couple of weeks. I've got to pull the engine, strip everything out, paint the engine bay, paint under the bonnet. I might do the guards again and just pull the whole front end of the car off. I've got to take everything off this engine and put it onto the built engine, get that back in there. Hopefully I may even need to pressure test my radiator, my $100 eBay radiator. Swap all that over, do a wire tuck. We've got a S2000 clutch master going in and a new slave, and also the honed racing brake booster delete. So plenty of content to come. We're going to strip the car out a bit more and make it lighter, make it handle better. I will be on the lookout for some upgraded wheels and tires for the track. If anyone's got any, let me know. There is heaps of content coming, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and like the video.